Actress Bonnie Bartlett Daniels, who's been a part of Hollywood for almost a century, recently published her memoir, Middle of the Rainbow. In it, she recounts the story of her life and career, which includes many notable roles in stage, film, and television. Such roles include playing Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger's mother in Twins, Tim Allen's mom in Home Improvement, and William Daniels' love interest on Boy Meets World. The memoir also delves into her life as a mother and her decision with her husband, William Daniels, to adopt their 2 sons. She also opens up about the hardships she faced, including sexual assault by her father and a co-star while she was a young woman. But the biggest revelation was the detail about the infidelity that marked the initial years of her marriage. Join Factsverse as we discover the highs and lows of this Hollywood couple. Infidelity on both sides. Bonnie Bartlett Daniels and William Daniels' marriage was hardly a fairy tale, according to Bonnie's candid recollections in her new memoir. The 2 actors married in 1951 and have been together for 72 years, but their relationship had its fair share of ups and downs. Bonnie revealed their marriage started out as an open one, but that was a painful experience for Bonnie as she felt there was a lack of commitment. She also confessed to having an affair with another actor in 1959, which lasted for a few months. The early 70s marked a turning point in their relationship. William had an affair with a New York-based producer, and Bonnie was devastated. It changed her perspective on their marriage, and she could no longer tolerate any kind of open arrangement. Despite these setbacks, they managed to overcome their issues and learn to embrace the ever-evolving nature of the relationship. According to Bonnie, life is all about solving problems, and they had a good relationship despite William being an angry young man. In spite of facing challenges, including infidelity, she reflects that it was necessary to go through those tough times. She believes experiencing the difficulties helped their relationship grow stronger over time. She also acknowledges when they first got together, she was only 18 and Daniels was her first boyfriend. Since then, the couple always loved each other deeply and remained committed to being there for each other through thick and thin. Their greatest and lowest moments in marriage. Bonnie met Daniels at a young age when they were both at Northwestern University. It wasn't long before they fell in love, and this coming June, they'll celebrate their 72nd wedding anniversary. Through their nearly 3/4 of a century together, Bonnie revealed that the beginning of their relationship was the greatest point. She described how they were so suited for each other, and from the time they met, they were never apart. However, the lowest point of their marriage turned out to be a turning point for Bonnie and Daniels. Bonnie discovered that Daniels had a year-long relationship with a producer who wanted him to direct a play, which left Bonnie feeling betrayed and angry. She said she was so happy with her boys that she decided to leave the marriage, and Daniels moved to California. But then Daniels surprised Bonnie by inviting her and their sons to California for the summer, and it turned out to be a life-changing decision. Daniels sent her to his agent, who recognized her talent as a dramatic actress, and soon she began receiving offers for various acting jobs. One of Bonnie's most memorable roles is her performance as Barbara Thorndike on The Golden Girls. Her character was a longtime friend of Dorothy, played by Bea Arthur, who eventually realizes the rude and self-absorbed ways of Bonnie's character. Even though Bonnie had experienced some low points in her marriage, her positive attitude and perseverance helped her overcome those difficult moments. About William Daniels. William Daniels is a name that resonates with multiple generations of audiences thanks to his iconic roles on stage, in film, and on TV. From Mr. Feeny in Boy Meets World to John Adams in 1776 and Dr. Mark Craig in St. Elsewhere, Daniels has carved a niche for himself as a versatile actor. He even lent his recognizable voice to a talking Pontiac Trans Am called Kit on the television series Knight Rider. But at age 95, Daniels has decided to take a step back from his celebrated career and enjoy the simpler things in life. In a recent exclusive interview with a news outlet, Daniels shared that he's very happy living a comfortable way of life now without having to perform or do anything stressful. Currently, he lives with his wife, Bonnie, in their Southern California home where they enjoy their days together. When asked how they've managed to stay together for more than 70 years, Bartlett said they've hurt each other over time, but they've recovered, grown, changed, and adapted to each other. She believes it takes years to build a real companionship marriage, and you have to be able to adapt to the other person and think of them first. Daniels added that at the beginning of their relationship, he struggled to find work, and he was difficult to live with because of his uncertainty. But over time, he learned to respect his wife and her feelings and try to be as easy to live with as possible. According to Bartlett, Daniels' favorite role was playing John Adams in the musical 1776. The Tony Award-winning musical first premiered on Broadway in 1969, with Daniels playing the founding father in that production. He later reprised the role in the 1972 film adaptation, produced by retired former president of Warner Brothers, Jack Warner, and Columbia Pictures with a budget of $4 million. Revelations of her sexual assaults. Bonnie Bartlett, an accomplished actress, is not only known for her acting prowess, but also for her bravery in speaking up about sexual assault. In her book, she shares accounts of the sexual abuse she endured as a young girl and a young woman. Based on her experiences, Bonnie explained what she felt was the reason for the rampant sexual harassment during the 1950s and earlier, and how the culture and societal norms at the time contributed to it. She believes one of the reasons for the prevalence of sexual harassment was the culture itself. Men were always encouraged to behave this way, and women had allowed it. Mothers played a significant role in this as well. Bonnie explained that mothers should not have allowed this type of behavior to continue and should have taught their daughters to stand up for themselves. She further explained that in a male-dominated society, men always got preference with education, and there was something in the male that wanted to be powerful, to be number one. Women were often expected to vote the way their husbands voted without any consideration for their own opinions. Despite her experiences, Bonnie remains optimistic about the future and the younger generations. She believes young women are much healthier today because they have a better understanding of their rights and can stand up for themselves. They're not afraid to say, "No, you're not allowed to do that," when faced with inappropriate behavior. A tragic moment. Apart from coping with extramarital affairs, the couple was also faced with a heart-wrenching tragedy. In 1961, she delivered their son, William Jr. Unfortunately, their joy was short-lived as the newborn passed away within a day. Despite the profound loss, Daniels and Bartlett remained determined to experience the joys of parenthood. In 1964 and 66, they adopted Michael and Robert, who would go on to become integral members of the family. Another incident left the couple reeling with fear just after they'd welcomed their two precious sons. While enjoying a day at a bustling New York public beach, their young Robert suddenly vanished into thin air. Paralyzed with fear, Bonnie could barely move until a compassionate woman, who she later became friends with, approached her. She offered comfort and assured her no one could take the child away. Taking matters into her own hands, the stranger gallantly searched for the missing toddler while Bartlett remained frozen. Miraculously, within 15 minutes, the woman reappeared, accompanied by a police car and Robert. While Daniels has his imperfections, Bartlett couldn't help but express her admiration for her husband's outstanding parenting skills in a January 2021 interview with People magazine. William Daniels, she explained, was a fantastic father who had always been there for the family. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you a fan of Bonnie Bartlett and William Daniels? Let us know in the comments section below.